Hey everybody, it's Mike here from The Art of Guitar. Today I'm here with a shorter bad tab video than usual. Typically I like to explore entire tab books and show you how messed up they are and how it messed me up over the decades to try to learn out of them. But today we're going to focus in on only 6 measures of probably the most famous guitar solo of all time, Eruption. You could probably tell by the guitar that it was going to be something Van Halen related, I'm sure. But yeah, so we're going to focus on the 6 measures of Eruption that all the tablature seemed to mess up back in the day. So it's my theory that us old school guitar players all had to kind of fumble our way through this section. I went to my personal guitar tab library and I was able to find 2 transcriptions of it right away. So I found this magazine and this book. The book is an official Van Halen book. I used it in previous videos. It's got a ton of songs in it. And then we have this classic issue of Guitar for the Practicing Musician. Has a ton of great songs, including Led Zeppelin Rock and Roll, Eruption, of course, Black Star by Malmsteen, Allman Brothers, Jethro Tull, and Heart's Crazy on You. Such an action-packed issue, and I can't believe I still have this thing. Speaking of Heart, today's page holder is actually going to be this shoe. And it was worn and signed by my lifelong crush, Nancy Wilson. People are like, creepy. All right, so the first thing I want to do is show you how the book transcribes this part. Then I'll show you the magazine, and then I'm going to show you the way I learned it, actually pretty recently. And when you see how much easier it really is, you're going to freak out. So right off the bat, here's what the book has us doing. It sounds okay, but it's just so disjointed in how you have to play it. And when I learned this out of the book, I actually thought this would make a really cool, like 80s hair metal riff. Actually, that sounded a lot like Steve Vai's song called I Would Love To. All right, let's move on. The next part. Once again, very awkward fingerings, and remember, you have to do this at full speed, so that would almost be impossible to do in my opinion. Trust me, I've tried at full speed. It's just so awkward. And then the third part. By the way, I didn't mess up there. It actually says to pull off to the open G string as you play the 8th fret of the 4th string, so it sounded weird. Now I love this because they have us trilling down the 3rd string, which is correct, but then they have us starting to tap. I wasn't really going to go this far with the explanation today, but I want to show you that they're actually having us do the tap on the 3rd string, which is incorrect. Every time you see Eddie doing it, it's on the 2nd string. But they say to trill down, which is correct. But then they start to tap like this. It's really weird. They want us to tap the 18th fret and then jump to the 13th fret. I think that was just a little weird anomaly that got thrown into the tab. Isn't that weird? Okay, so that's what the book says to do. Let's go to the magazine now. I love how yellow the pages are. Looks like the Constitution or something. It's that old. Now the magazine tried really hard to allow us to stay in one position. You notice the book had us moving up quite a bit. Watch what they say to do. So now we're trilling on the 2nd string, which is really interesting. Those pull-offs seem like a good idea, but really fast, it's very awkward. I'm sure with a lot of practice, I could get it to sound kind of smooth, but let's move on and see what the next part says. Okay, that was just bonkers. Let me try it again slow. They made it way harder than it had to be. So this walk-up, I don't get it. That was gross. Okay, let's move on to the 3rd part. Did you notice something funny at the end? They're having us now trill down the 2nd string, and we run out of real estate and actually have to do an open trill like a Stevie Ray Vaughan type thing. All right, another thing that always annoyed me about a lot of early tab books is if they didn't know what a note was, they would put a mute symbol. And I always thought, what am I supposed to do with that? So I just go. The extreme tab book for porno graffiti does that quite a bit, and it's so frustrating. I know sometimes a guitar player doesn't hit a solid note. I don't know, just take a guess at what they were going for. Okay, so that was the magazine version of it. I would have to say, even though they tried to make it easier to play, they actually made it harder than the book. And now I'm going to show you how I recently learned to play it, and it makes so much sense and it just flows off your fingers that it's ridiculous. Isn't that a simple pattern? That is just as easy as the first pattern. Now we just do the first pattern again for the third pattern. And that's all you really need to do to play that part. Now if you go up to speed, add a little bit of this phase. I'm going to put the phase 90 on it. Let's check it out. I would love to hear from anybody who used to play it out of the tab books and tried it this way now, and I would love to hear what your experience is with it, and I think it's going to make this song make a lot more sense. It's like something just clicked and all of a sudden, bam, I'm able to play this solo way better. Leave me a comment and let me know if you ever had trouble with this particular part of the song or even any other part of the solo. Alright everyone, I hope that was fun and educational for you to watch, and we'll catch you at the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.